All right, the Toronto Raptors have to take another business trip to the Bay Area. Their loss last night meant Game 6 happens in the Golden State Warriors' home court. Joining us this morning is the Toronto Star's Dave Feschuk. Dave, last night, quick roundup. Raptors losing by just 1 point.
Yes, indeed. I mean, all the pent-up anxiety and tension in the air in Toronto all day, the people camping out in Jurassic Park for 48 hours to get a glimpse of this game. And it was all for naught because the Golden State Warriors really showed up to play. And the Raptors down the stretch had their chances and just couldn't capitalize, Anne-Marie.
Big story this morning, however, that we're all following is Kevin Durant's injury. First of all, though, I want to play a clip from the live presser last night. Here's the director of operations for the Warriors, Bob Myers.
I don't believe there's anybody to blame, but I understand this world. And if you have to, you can blame me. I run our basketball.
What was fascinating about this was the Warriors had just won. He comes out to give an update on Kevin Durant, and he's in tears. And he's saying nobody's really responsible, at least that's what he's reading. And then he throws his paper away, and he launches into this emotional conversation about what basketball means to Kevin Durant. So who is responsible for putting him in the game?
Well, we're going to find out, I'm sure, as this thing progresses. But the bottom line is, I mean, the Achilles is an incredibly sensitive area. Careers have been ruined by Achilles injuries of this nature. And we do know one thing, Anne-Marie, is that there was a debate about whether or not this guy should play. And there are many people who felt he should not play. I've got emails this morning from people in the orthopedic surgery business who told me that they just thought there's no way a guy that has that vulnerability should be out on the floor in that moment.
Some people calling him the sacrificial lamb. They needed to have another win last night, and they put him out before, you know, as you say, experts think he was ready.
Well, the bottom line is he's a sacrificial lamb. He's also a spectacular talent. And we saw in that little glimpse of, 11 minutes of court time, we saw him filling up the hoop in the way that a guy who's won the MVP of the NBA Finals the previous 2 years can do. And it was a scary, scary scene for Raptor fans to see Kevin Durant at the height of his powers.
So I want to ask you about that. You were in the arena last night. Fans were being criticized. I saw some of the American coverage as well. They said the Raptors were scolding the fans for their reaction to Kevin Durant when he went down. I'm going to play what Kyle Lowry had to say afterwards, and then I want to get your take.
I think the fans knew the significance of the injury. They kind of just seen him go down, and in this league, we're all brothers. At the end of the day, we're all brothers, and it's a small brotherhood. And you never want to see a competitor like him go down.
So Kyle Lowry acknowledging the fact that it was hard to tell just how serious this injury was. Could you tell in the arena?
When I saw him go down, knowing it wasn't a contact injury, it was just him making a move and then collapsing and grabbing that Achilles area. As soon as I saw that, I knew it was over for him. And I think most people probably did, but I do think there was this reaction of Raptor fans of, oh my gosh, Kevin Durant just went down. We just won the championship. And I think their natural reaction for a few seconds there was to cheer. When they came to their senses and realized how catastrophic this injury could be, when the Raptors players like Lowry and Serge Ibaka were sort of tamping down the crowd, immediately it turned and people were very respectful. They actually they chanted KD, KD as he left the floor.
Dave, looking ahead to Game 6, what's the strategy need to be for the Raptors?
I think they just have to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, their defense has been their signature in this series. It kind of got away from them last night when they allowed the Warriors to make 23 pointers. They allowed Klay Thompson and Steph Curry to make 3 straight three-pointers down the stretch. They really won the game for the Warriors. I really think the Warriors are out of gas here. I think the Raptors have worn them down, and will win this series. But you don't do it until you do it, and knocking out the champ is always difficult.
Dave Feschuk, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Anne-Marie.
And a reminder for you at home, our Raptors coverage continues on TSN.